Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is June 11th, 2025, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, U.S. chipmakers make a huge move to the upside, and they're all moving together as a sector. Now looking at today, major economic events, so we have at 2:30 South African time, from the United States, a big core price index CPI number. That's an inflationary report. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound continues to weaken versus the US dollar and goes back to its lows. And looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both have slight gains. Looking at commodities, really unchanged almost across the board. And as we look at the stocks, not just the chip makers that headed higher, Tesla is on a rebound and continues that rebound. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the British pound. Now on a daily chart, it doesn't look like it's major retracement, but it's over 50 pips, so not bad for a day's move. Now it is getting closer to our previous resistance, subsequent support, which is at around this 134.45-ish level. So we do have about 30 pips to get there, but we are on a minor support level where we are right now, so just be aware of that as well, okay? But it did continue to slide, and this is the point, right? This was yesterday where it continued to slide really quite aggressively. It bounced off of it and back on its lows, and looking like it's going to test that hair once again, or test that wick of that candle once again at this area, at this 134.60-ish level. So it's not that far away from it, only 10 pips. But I'd keep this on the radar if it does continue to follow down. Now looking at the rest of the Forex symbols, really not doing much. I'm not going to cover the commodities either because they're not doing much. Looking at the U.S. markets, okay, a slight gains yesterday, and it's really just very subtle, okay? Both the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones had decent moves up yesterday. This is a pre-market, this red candle really, so keep that in mind. Now looking at the individual stocks, so as I said in the introduction, the major stocks are the chip makers, the AMDs, the Intels, and let's take a look at them. Look at that. Intel has a huge move to the upside, $22 over $2 in one day. Looking at AMD also moving higher here. Okay, that's very, very noteworthy. And if we look at NVIDIA, okay, which is in the same sector but does a little bit things differently than the rest of them, obviously more graphic of a chip maker than some of the other traditional chip makers that are more data driven, okay? NVIDIA is still pushing higher, okay, 141 where it's at right now, and it is inching higher. Now, the last major stock to really discuss before we do Tesla is Microsoft, holding on to its gains here at 470, did not retrace, and that's super important to note. And looking at Tesla, look at that, continues to make that push higher. Now, once we broke that 200-day average, we gapped up. We continue to make it. Now we are inching closer to resistance, another $6, and we hit resistance-ish area, which was previous support, right? The opposite. So nothing really jumping out at me right now. Okay, the markets are still choppy. It's summer trading. We're going into the June session, and that is June, July, August is generally a quiet time of the year to trade the financial market. So just keep that in mind as we are entering this phase of the market. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.